Hey, good evening. How are you? Okay? If I can just, this is the last show for me, and I sort of interviewed lots of bands over the last 5 days. I've had an absolutely fantastic time. I hope that all you guys out there have had a brilliant time this week. Yeah, and I'd like to thank you for making my job really easy, because sometimes I can make it really hard for myself. So thank you very, very much. You're probably aware I've been asked all week why aren't SAGA playing, so we want SAGA here. We've got a couple of the guys from SAGA, but you may have heard, if you haven't, I'm going to tell you now, Jim Crichton's son was tragically killed recently, literally in the run-up to the guys getting ready to come here. So obviously he had other things to do with his brother, and we've got Michael Sadler. And what we're going to do here tonight is, it's not a SAGA set. What we're going to do tonight is just have a laugh and a good time. But if we just take it down a little bit, first of all, if I could ask for just a minute's silence in memory of Christopher, which was Jim's son, that would be fantastic, and then we can get on and have a good time. So if we can just have 1 minute's silence in memory of Christopher, right, that would be great. So right at the back, please, just 1 minute's silence. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to have a fun time here tonight because obviously we don't have SAGA and we're not going to play a SAGA set, but we have dubbed the band, my list, rather appropriately. You know all these guys here, yeah? Give these guys a round of applause first of all, because they're... And we have this really special band here this evening. It's they're basically called Mike and the Cruisers. I bet they never thought they were going to be playing on a cruise ship in a million years. But we're going to have a good time tonight, and then we're going to have some questions, and we'll throw some questions out for Michael, and we'll probably ask the other guys some as well. Will you please welcome Michael Sadler?
Hello. Thanks for staying up. Thank you for the silence. Jim appreciates it. I spoke with, had word from Jim today, and he's very happy that at least we could come say hello to you. He wishes you all the best, and thank you for everyone's condolences. And this is more about a celebration of Christopher's life. So it's a happy occasion in that sense. So this is for Christopher William Crichton this evening. So this is for you, Chris. We could have kind of struggled through some SAGA material, but for those of you who have never seen the band before, I thought it best that you see us properly the first time, and for those of you who have seen us before, you know what I mean, you can tell that you might want to see it full on for the first time. So instead of doing any SAGA material whatsoever, I thought everybody knows Beatles, at least one Beatles song. So we got a little posse together here. We had about 15-minute rehearsal in my room.
I think it was 16.
16-minute rehearsal. We picked 8 or 9 songs, and as you'll see, I have my cheat sheets here, because I know all the songs. I know all the melodies, I just don't know all the words. So I do have the cheat sheets for the Beatles songs. I don't use them. For those of you who ever come to see a SAGA show, if you do see me with cheat sheets like this on stage, it's time to make the call. But for now, I'm just going to be doing this kind of thing. But I hope you like it. We'll, do we know what the set is? Everybody know what everyone going to set is? We're going to struggle through this. You gonna hide your little bit? Got it. To the moon. If she's gone, I can't go. Feeling to be told. Where people stay each and every day, I can see them laugh at me. I can hear them say, see the state I'm in. How could she say to me, love you, gather around, oh you cloud, let me hear you say. You know, I like this next one, voice. I was talking about the lyrics for Norwegian Wood. You know the song Norwegian Wood, right? And I kind of got to the, for many years I read them and I was like, oh, I'll get it. He burned the place down at the end. All right. Did you know that? Explain it to you? Yeah, explain it. So he woke up, she split, so he said, oh, so I lit a fire. Isn't it good, Norwegian Wood? He just trashed the place as he left. Right?
Never understood that.
That's what he told me. What should I say? She wants me. She showed me her room. Isn't it good? Norwegian Wood. Asked me to stay. She told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. It's time for bed. She told me. Really? great. Anybody enjoy themselves on this cruise? A lot of great music. Pretty cool. Hey, any questions? Not yet. What do we got next?
Next is tuning.
Tuning. Sorry. Changing my life, everybody can. That there's something burning my roots in the head. Open the thinking how good it can be. Someone is speaking, she doesn't know me. Each one can be and another night. Watching her eyes, I'm always I told myself that would have been the toughest one. So. How are we doing, Chris? This one I've always wanted to do, and millions of people have done it, and I don't care. It's my turn. As you can see, this is very well rehearsed. Everything all right? Yes. I need that.
You are doing great.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. going to finish up with something everybody knows. Everybody's heard this in every lounge between Las Vegas and Bangkok and elevators and that. I know you've heard it a million times. Once again, it's my turn, so I'm doing it. So there.
Good night, Christopher.
Thank you very, very much. So what do you want to talk about?
Life.
What part of it? Any questions? Next tour? We have to do the next record first. We started preliminary writing on the next record. It'll take a minute now in light of what's going on, but I spoke, funny enough, just it was very empowering. Jim conveyed to me today that he's taken this and he's writing a song specifically about what's happening. Not specifically in that sense, but he's taking something from it, and I won't tell you the title of the song, but that empowered me in the meantime when I found that out. And actually the sun came out today, and there's a whole different perspective on it. That's why I was saying it's more of a celebration today. But we'll finish that one hopefully by the end of the year. So we'll be back in Back in your neck of the woods sometime, hopefully by the end of the year. We'll start in Canada. Or Texas. Or... You know, what's really cool about this is a really, really international audience, really international. How many countries do you think we got represented here? What do we got?
A lot! Plenty!
Well, yeah, okay, plenty, yeah. Can I get some specifics?
Argentina!
Argentina. France. Germany, of course.
Florida!
Colombia, Mexico. I spoke to someone from New Zealand. Holland. Holland. Switzerland, naturally. Brazil. Japan. You've never been to Japan. You're not from Japan. Mississauga is not a country. Yet. Anybody want to know anything? Nothing too personal, but...
Listen, here.
Yes, sir.
I wanna know, when did you start your love with Puerto Rico? Because I know that you're going a lot.
The minute I got off the plane.
Be more specific.
The minute I found out we were going to Puerto Rico. What happened was we released the first album in Canada, and it kind of, okay. But we started selling a lot of imports in 2 places in the world, and someone explained this to me still today, I hope. Germany and Puerto Rico. Now, what those 2 countries have in common culturally, and the best I can explain is that perhaps the rhythmic side of the band appealed to the Puerto Ricans, and the more classical side and the symphonic side appealed to the German population. I don't know what it was, but those were the 2 countries that... and we went down to Puerto Rico, and I think we only sold about 50 records, and 8,000 people showed up to the first gig, so... But we keep coming back down there, and I think we're going back on August 17th, because I believe that Alpha Rock 106 is having their anniversary, and they were the radio station that brought us down the first time, so...
Thank you.
You're welcome. There you go, guys. We should. It's your big chance, man. I've always wanted to ask you. Oh, this guy? We mean the new guy? We do have a brand new drummer in SAGA, the new member of the family. We should introduce you to him now because some of you haven't seen him before. Mr. Mike Thorne. Drummer extraordinaire. Promise this is going to be the last one. We have a history of like the spinal tap of drummers kind of imploding, just going away. I think you're number 10. 10? I think it's more than that. And he's here for a while, so that's Mike. And, we're just, it's without dwelling on it. It was a very difficult decision to come down, but I spoke with Jim on the Sunday morning because the passing took place on Saturday evening. I spoke with him on Sunday, and I said, Jim, I'm totally cool with no one coming down under the circumstances, and we talked about it. He said, no. He said, I want someone to go down and represent and say hello to everybody. So I wouldn't be here without his blessing and because of him saying, please go down and say hello to everybody. So he sends his best, and I know that you have all, I run into a lot of you on the ship who have passed on your condolences, and I'm passing them on to him. We thank you very, very much for your support, and I applaud you for it. Thank you. On his behalf, and ours. I'm just glad we were able to do something for you while we were here.
So, do you want me to ask you some questions then?
Sure. Well, you know.
Can I just ask you how long you did actually rehearse that stuff for?
What we just did?
Yeah.
Literally in my room, 20 minutes.
Should have done 21.
Honestly.
No, seriously, the harmonies are great. You see, that's what happens when you get professionals together. You make a good job. You said to me that you never really played your song people's songs, didn't you, as well?
I've known Beatles songs my whole life, obviously, and I've sung along with them, but never really paid much attention to the words. Unless you're singing songs constantly, the words obviously don't stick if you're doing it professionally. Like I said, I mean, if you find me on stage doing a SAGA concert with Cheap Cheeks, then I've got a problem. But, you know, I've never actually had a chance to do the. It brings up the lounge singer, so I'm trying to teach you.
Well, we call them cabaret singers, isn't it?
Yeah.
But having said that, you sing them really well. Doesn't he? He sings them great, doesn't he?
Yes.
It's fine. I sing different things.
Yeah, no, like, listen, I'm from Liverpool, so I've got an ear for this kind of stuff and did it really well. And we've even got, you just did a great version of Imagine. We've got an airport in Liverpool called John Lennon Airport. And the tagline under it's got the Imagine picture that he drew over the summer. And it says, Liverpool John Lennon Airport, above us only sky. Which is pretty cool. It sounds much better than Speaker Airport, which is what it was called before. And the crazy thing about that is that the fact that you played Imagine, the guy who originally played the drums on Imagine is on the ship. It's Alan White who's, yes. Yeah.
That's right.
Who before joining us, as I'm sure you all know, was a member of the Plastic Ono. You talked about a little bit about SAGA's future plans. When you got SAGA off the ground, you got the beer, which was a long time ago. I always feel like the beginning of the Star Wars film, when I talked to a lot of the musicians, in a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago. How long did you actually, and be honest here as well, how long did you think, okay, we'll give this a couple of years and sort of, you know?
Like any band, I mean, you cross your fingers, you write some songs. First of all, you hope people are going to like what you do, but in all honesty, I thought 5 years maybe 10 would be wow. When we hit our 10th anniversary, I thought, wow, really? Can't be much longer now, but to have 10 years under our belts, I thought that was a good career.
And how long is it now?
35. Well, we started when I was 10.
35. Does anyone ever say, when are you going to get a proper job?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, that's what you say, proper job. The funny thing is, I've been very, very, very fortunate, very, very lucky to have made a living from doing what I love to do, as we all do. I mean, to be able to actually make money from enjoying yourself, it's almost like it should be illegal or something. But very, very fortunate to be able to do that. Yes, sir.
Oh, here we go. Somebody over here got a question? Can you hear it? Hang on.
With all the bands doing the albums in their entirety, will we ever see Generation 13?
That's a great question. Generation 13 for me, for those of you who don't know, it was a huge, huge project. Just a little background on the record. It was decided to do a concept record when it was not, people look at concept records anymore. It was a huge undertaking. I remember being in the studio, we had a huge graph on the big chart on the wall with all the song titles and then the instrumentation. And every time we get a guitar part done, we do it very much like jigsaw puzzle. Whatever we wanted to work on that day, let's work on the guitar on that song, or work on the keys on that song, or the vocal on that song. But we cross it off as we were going. And Jim and I were sitting at the console one day, and it was one of those very laborious days, and you looked over and now we've been working on this for a really long time. It doesn't look like we're getting anything done. I said, well, just hang on a second. We've been doing it in pencil, so I picked up a Sharpie and walked over to it. Okay, and I realized we were like halfway through, 2/3 of the way through it. I think Generation 13 should be presented properly as like a stage presentation, not just stand up and play it. So I believe it could actually be either a musical or some kind of proper stage production, and we're still planning on doing that at some point.
Does that answer your question, yeah?
Any Broadway backers out there?
Can I just ask you, you were talking about some of the territories that you play in and were popular in. Was it just before Christmas you were in Europe?
Yes.
And you were playing, did you play Switzerland? I'm sure you did. Play Switzerland.
We were in Switzerland, we were at the, in Praslin at the
The L7, yeah.
Yeah, and it was
Nice
amazing.
gig.
Yeah, it's great. It's really good. We love being there. And the funny thing was, 5 years prior to that was my last show, the second last show before I took my little hiatus from the band. And the very next day we played Munich 5 years ago. We did exactly the same thing just now. We played Praslin and then played Munich, and we filmed a DVD, Blu-ray disc, which is coming out very soon. So.
Can I ask you what it was like coming back into the band after the break? I mean, you know, with small children, it's like I want to spend time with my child, and
Well, that's the
I know
reason-
you want to get back to work.
Yeah, but after a while, after about 2 or 3 years, it was like I was following the band when I wasn't in it, obviously, and you get more and more, I started thinking, well, I've got to get back up there, watching someone else do what I've been doing for 30 years. I wasn't sure at first. In the first day of rehearsal, I showed up thinking, well, there could be a lot of water under the bridge, there could be some resentment I don't know about. And we started rehearsing and got about halfway through the first song, and it felt like I'd been gone for 2 weeks.
So it did feel strange watching somebody else.
Oh yes, oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I went to see the very first show with Rob Marathi as the singer, and I didn't tell anybody. I flew up from Los Angeles to Toronto, and I didn't tell anybody. I sat in the back of the room and watched him. They wind him up, and he came out on stage and started singing "Wind Him Up," and I was going. Wait a minute, it's a very, very surreal feeling.
This has got to be, because on the one hand, you're thinking you're probably singing it to yourself as well.
But, I mean, half of me just wanted to run and go, give me that, you know. You're doing it wrong, you know. But it was very strange.
What are you told that we're going to make a new album, and you will have, at some point take that out on the road. When you have done a new album, what generally are your expectations? I mean, the obvious expectation is that people are going to like the album and buy it, which is not unreasonable.
No.
But how do you decide when you do an album, no matter how much you like it, you're going to do live? Because no matter what, it's always a two-way street. You want people to like and listen to the new stuff, you want to promote it, but you've got to pay.
It's a really delicate balance, yeah. It depends on how soon you go out on the road with the record. At the beginning, you don't play too much of it because they're not familiar enough with it. As the tour progresses, you introduce maybe 2, 3 more songs, and then the next tour, obviously, you're playing more of that one, and then we'll load up the next one. The funny thing about putting a set list together now is when we started, we had one album, 8 songs, and we had to fill 2 hours. And it's like, what are we going to do for the rest of the time? And now it's completely reversed. It's like, what are we not going to play? I mean, invariably someone will leave the concert going, you didn't play my favorite song. And then we've got this catalog that's this big now, we've got this much time to fit in.
Well, you could end up like the Grateful Dead. You'd be on stage for 5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A house gig somewhere.
So, time scale wise, this could tie in rather nicely with next year's Cruise to the Edge.
If we were playing that.
Well, you know, I was going to say.
But I must say, when we found out we were going to be on this cruise, we were extremely excited, very much looking forward to playing, and we were so jazzed to play it. So hopefully, we've made enough of an impression just saying hello that they'll have us back next year and do a nice big show in the theater.
Yeah, we hope
do
so.
what we do.
Okay, well, we've got a question over here.
Mr. Sadler, first of all, I want to thank you for singing tonight.
My pleasure.
Went on.
Thank you.
But I've always loved the song Humble Stance. And I've always wondered where that song came from. I'm an entrepreneur, and I know weakness doesn't get you anywhere. Can you give me some lineage on that? And also, seeing you on stage with Zebra and Randy over here, it's like a dream come true.
Thank you. You want to know about Humble Stance and how it came about? Humble Stance was one of the very first songs that I actually demoed with Jim, because I had gotten out of the music business for about a year, and Jim had joined a band in Toronto called Flood. And when that band broke up, he started writing some material. He called me one day, and I was actually doing a straight job. I had a three-piece suit. I was selling graphic arts. And he said, can you come over one day? I wrote some songs, and I don't like the sound of my own voice, blah, 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 blah. So I went over with my wife and we had dinner, and then afterwards we went in the living room and brought out some cardboard boxes, and those were the drums, and there were no polyphonic synthesizers at the time, so to create pad sounds, we were like recording sound on sound, one note at a time, C, and then whatever notes you needed in the chord, back and forth. But that was one of the very first songs that we ever worked together. That, How Long, and two others were the songs that I worked on that night. Went to work the next day, came home, looked in the mirror, thinking about what I'd done the night before, and I said, I didn't recognize the guy in the mirror, and I called Jim up and I said, that's it, let's go for it. So Humble Stance is one of the ones that caught me. That's what happened to that song. And I wasn't supposed to play bass in that song. The only reason I played bass on stage is because one day the original management threatened to replace me because I was stuck behind the keyboards all the time. They said, we need a lead singer, we need someone out there, and I thought, oh really? So I said, well, to solve that, I taught Jim my keyboard parts and I picked up the bass. So I'll play bass. Originally it was just to get me out front and to become an entertaining person. And they unleashed the beast.
We've got a couple more songs presumably worked on.
No, I think we're tapped out. We tapped out? I mean, you can do something if I can make up some lyrics.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you just, all the Beatles. I'm sure we can pick another song to do. What Beatle album would you like to do it on? How about...
As long as it's not Yellow Submarine,
Those are really good.
that would worry me.
Huh? I tell you, I know all the melodies, but unless you put the lyrics in front of them. If you pull the lyrics up on the computer and sit them right here, it'll do.
This is why we have computers. Hold on.
Can you bear with me for a second? We'll do one or two more songs.
Ain't technology wonderful, eh?
That's true.
How about, why don't you pick one? What would you want to sing? Pick a Beatles song.
Come together. Let
Come
it be.
together.
Let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be.
From the sinking times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. I never heard them. I never heard them. I never I like Elvis.
Very good. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them waving. No, I never saw them.
Sergeant Pepper.
Make up some lyrics as I go along. errant word here and there.
We're here for you. We're the Ronettes.
I'm going to
You're Diana.
my new costume. I just want to take a moment again. I thank you all so much for dropping by and all of your kind words the whole week that I've run into all of you. And for the lovely things you said, the chance to meet you all, and hopefully I'll see you. We'll all see you in 2014 if we manage to be on the cruise or anywhere. But thank you all so very, very much for your support, your condolences, and everything. And it means so much to me. Thank you so much. And my posse. Thank you all.